Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 888. My name is Tanya. So please like on the way in, gives me an energetic donation to the channel, helps me tune into you. Flip the rolls as you see fit. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I feel like somebody is, marching to the beat of their own drum. And we embrace that up in here. These collective readings for my babies, my beauties, my collective. So, can't get this bloody thing because of the fan. And if you hear the sound, I'm sorry, but it is warm. I'm going to smoke it up. Smoke them if you got them, baby. Okay. Let's call in spirit. Let's get this party started, shall we? Spirit guides and angels of your whitest light. Give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to these messages and protect my beautiful collective. Amen. All right. Let's do a little Reiki. Let's see what we're going to start with. What am I going to start with? There you go. We can start with that. That's always good, 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 and good. Let me see what we got here. I have black tourmaline. Protect my beautiful collective spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Protect my beautiful collective. Excellent. We got a selenite stick. This one wants to run off. Come over here. Yep. Go a little more. There we go. Yeah. All right. One more before, two more things. I love these yin and yang things. Perfect. And of course, the piece that is the ounce. My sound bowl, baby. Here we go. Perfect. As always. All right, let me put that over here. All right, so take what resonates out of these readings. Leave the rest. I love this thing. So pretty, isn't it? And let's do this. Spirit, give me a message for the overall collective. I got my big decks here. Look at this. You think I got enough? You think I got enough? I do. Let's see what we got. Let's start it. Now, if the shoe don't fit, you quit. This might not be your reading, but I certainly do appreciate you sharing your energy exchange with me. So if this reading does not gel with you, I would suggest subscribing to the channel because I do many different types of readings. Lately, it's been a lot of nonsense and frankly fuck shit, but sometimes it's a little different. But for this one, it's about a person who, it's like goes their own way. That song from You Can Go Your Own Way. It's like they had to go their own way because people didn't understand them. People didn't relate to them. If you've had that your whole life, but people just didn't relate to you, thought you were weird, strange, different, a freak, whatever. And I feel like you had to go it alone, and you're different. Nothing wrong with that, man. I'm embracing that. I get it completely. Always been different and outside of my family as well, so I kind of understand what you're saying. I understand this being different, and maybe at one time I didn't quite understand why I was different than other people, but now that I've embraced tarot and understand that different is cool, and I'm no longer like the black sheep in a sense because other people do relate to me. So hang in there. If you're young, you're going to find your tribe. All right, so even if you have to go it alone, you will have the energy, the encouragement, the enthusiasm of the spirit world, which will embrace you. Procrastinating. Somebody's procrastinating, or that's in their nature. Long-term commitment. In and out is at the bottom of the deck. I'll take it. Passions here as well. I'll take that one. This connection is not over yet. Okay. Hear them out. But then you got the down low. Now, I've often read this down low as being a person, and when I wrote it, but now the light gets brighter, right? I always understood this to be down low, meaning the person is low vibrational. And that can mean it depending on the reading. But I can also say that down low is now a person that has financial constraints, and a person that is down low in finances, maybe even down low in energy, or down low in depression, down low. So it can be more than one thing. Commitment is here in the upright, and the winds of change. Take it. Tired. Here we go. See what I'm saying? Down low. And bottom of the deck, letting go. So let go. Let go. Let God. Okay, so let's, before we move the second deck or anything else, let's go in here. So somebody procrastinated in a long-term commitment. And I feel like when I'm reading this one that it's like they procrastinated a long time in leaving, or making a choice, making a decision whether to stay or whether to go, because they love this person. And if that's you, you love this person and you didn't want to let them go. You held on tight, maybe too tight. You made excuses for their foolery, for their choices. Okay, if for lack of a better word, I'm going to try to be aware of my vocabulary. I know I can go off into left field with it. I'm going to try to be a little bit better with that. But it's like, I feel like you love this person, and you may have argued with this person, begged this person, cried with this person, tried to keep them with you, and it was like, let go. Let go. But you didn't. You didn't let go. And you kept this going for a long time. This was a person that was in and out of your life, like constantly leaving you. Not constant, but it was more than one time. You had a lot of passion for this person, and you felt like the connection wasn't over, like you didn't finish a cycle with this person. So you kept going back into cycles with this person. Now they want you to hear them out. This person's down low in money, energy, because energy is here, but the winds of change. You realizing that you had to make a choice in this commitment, right? They weren't committed as you were. They're tired. They're struggling. They want you to hear them out. So they want to give you they want to give this connection another chance. They want you to give them another chance. But you're afraid that it's just going to be going down the same damn road over and over again, and never completing a cycle with this person. Like it's never going to end. So maybe you walked away, or you're in a separation with this person, and now you're like kind of wanting to figure it out. What should I do, Spirit? What should I do? Should I stay or should I go? Should I just walk away? I feel like you know what the answer is, but you're like, I love this person. We can love people, but that doesn't mean we have to live with them. Doesn't mean we have to commit to them. Especially even if it's a deep bond. This is a deep bond that you have, no doubt, maybe even past lives with this person. You took a leap of faith towards this person, but I feel like letting go here is taking a leap of faith away from this person. As they're making their decisions and their choices as to where they should go, I feel like you have to make a decision about what you should do as far as whether you should stay or whether you should go. All right, let's get a few more cards. A few more cards, Spirit, not the whole bloody deck. What does this say? Perseverance. Yeah, you had to persevere. This person's money hungry, focused on money, and now they're down low with the funds. The one thing that they didn't want to happen happened. Yeah, unfinished business. Here it is. This is what I'm saying. You feel like there's unfinished business. Thank you, Spirit, for confirming that. It's like you're really undecided as to whether you should go back to this person. And maybe they're feeling the same way. I'll keep it because it keeps coming back out. You have unfinished business with this person. That's why you keep repeating cycles. You're wondering why they keep coming back, why this keeps coming back when it should just end. Because you're healing generational curses. This could be a family dynamic where a person cheats on you, or there's dependence of money, and you're worried about if you leave the person financially how you're going to be, or there's children involved and you feel the guilt of that because people don't leave marriages, they try to work them out. There's this generational curse that you have that you're going to break. Endings are really new beginnings. And you'll always have this person energetically in your life, this attachment. They're never truly gone in the sense of, even if it's a physical ending, they're never really gone in your life. You're always going to have that in future lives. This person's always going to be attached to you on some level. I feel like it really does feel like a death to you, and you're having a hard time with it because you spent a lot of time with this person, a long time with this person. I'm addicted to your energy, and this person's addicted to your energy. They want you, but it's a passion. It's in and out. It's a physical. And then when the everyday comes along, they're out the door. It's like they're not trustworthy. That's what you're finding out. They're not trustworthy. Spirit's like, let go. Right? Maybe you felt like everything you want was made for me. You felt like this person was made for you, but it's a delusion. This person is a work in progress. And when they're in this work in progress, they're not ready. They're not ready for the kind of commitment that you're wanting. And you could be saying, well, I've been married to this person for 40 years. They're not ready. It could be 100 years. They're still not going to be ready. It's like this person has codependency issues that they need to work out. That could be a generational curse for them. And you, I think there's a mirroring of trauma bonding, really. You feel like it's not over because they don't feel like it's over either. They want to give it a go again. But you've been on this merry-go-round before many times. And you're kind of wanting something new. But you're afraid because all your memories are with this person. You probably spent so many years with this person, more than you were with your parents. So you don't want to let it go. And the trauma bond. We cannot minimize when you trauma bond with a person, when you mirror a person's growing up, abusive situations that happened to them, situations that mirrored your feelings of loss and tragedy and stuff. It's incredible how strong a bond that is to break. Peacefulness. Maybe you're trying to seek that in your life and you're not finding it with this person. The past, here you go. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So the past, this is a past, like a soul connection that you've spent maybe many lifetimes with this person, trying to seek this peace, trying to finish up, tie this bond, this soul contract up. Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. Maybe you had to leave this person in order to find that. Unity. You understand that love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. And you felt like you had unity with this person, you were on the same page, but they didn't feel the same way. They felt not disconnected from you, but they felt like your energy was what they wanted. It wasn't necessarily you. There was a lot of differences between the two of you. As much as there was that connected trauma bond, you looked at life very differently. This person was more money, earthly, more like the here, the now. You're more of a spiritual person, looking at different perspectives, maybe an empath who thinks about, others. You felt bad for this person and what they went through. So you gave them chances. You gave a free pass because of the fact that they went through things in life, maybe even worse than you, but that doesn't excuse their behavior. And I know a lot of people don't like the term hurt people, but it's very true, but it doesn't make an excuse to hurt people just because you're hurt. You can be different than those that did that to you. And this person isn't like that. They use your kindness against you. They use your bond with them to keep you stuck with them. That's not fair. And that's manipulation. It's not love. Archangel, what is it? Curciel, connect with unicorns. Receive the white ascension flame. Maybe that's what you're receiving, the white ascension flame. You're magical. You're spiritual. You're different. You're not the here and now, and you wouldn't treat a person the way they treat you. You know, I feel like you have an empathy that is very strong and very connected to this person, and you felt like this person was the one. You put a, you could have put a ring on it, or you could have married this person feeling like this person was the one. And this person took that as a green light to treat you a certain way, to always, use you up and spit you out and walk away whenever they felt like it, because you were always going to be there waiting to take them back, to forgive. You're a very forgiving person. But there's a threshold of that. And I feel like you've met that threshold a long time ago, but guilt keeps you staying with this person. And guilt isn't love, just like a trauma bond isn't love. They like your looks, or they like the way you treat them. They like your energy, but they keep seeking out other people to fill a void that they got to find within themselves. Divine love. Yeah. But divine love is the love of what? Of God. But it's also a recognition of love of self. Because we are made in the image of God, and God is love, we need to start within. This person needs to start within. I feel like you're discovering that. You don't need the love of a person as much as you need the love to love yourself first. Divine connection. Yeah. So I feel like you're connecting to Source, and Source is sending you downloads, sending you love, and sending you information. The lotus, there it is again. Yeah, the flame and the lotus. Lotuses could be important in your life. You might like lotus flowers. You might have a lotus tattoo, whatever, like I do. I have a lotus tattoo. It's really important. It's a beautiful connection to the divine. It shows compassion, love. You are all of those things. But you're mistaking a connection that was forged when you were a different person, when you were in a spiritual, when you were more, not, I want to say low vibing, but when you were in a different place in your life, and time has shown you that you're not that person anymore. You have changed, and your person has not. So take it how it resonates with that. But I feel like you're getting a message from spirit that what I'm saying is true, and that you really need to look inward as far as for answers. I feel like you know the answer, and that's why you're separated from this person, but you're on the fence about whether you should start this cycle up again. Spirit, come through. Yeah, Ten of Swords. This person broke your heart. Ten of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They broke your heart. They were disloyal to you. And I feel like more than once this person has done this to you. I feel like you're wanting a new beginning, or this person keeps seeking out new beginnings. They're a page. They are not a king, a knight. No, or an emperor. Immature energy. Constantly seeking out validation. Constantly seeking out attention. Money, earthly things, materialism. They're work in progress. They're learning. They're only at a page level. They're always looking for opportunities. This is a pattern that this person is stuck in. And you've been trapped in that pattern with this person. You've been stuck there. But the Chariot is here for you. The Chariot is moving in a forward direction for you. Some people can't come with us in our ascension. And that's the sad truth about it. When they are not willing or able or ready to do the work that it takes to get to a place where you do ascend, inevitably they fall behind. I feel like that's what's happening to this person. Ten of Wands. And it's leaving you burdened and feeling overwhelmed. You felt like you sacrificed an awful lot. In that there's a lot of expectations, maybe a lot of responsibilities within this family dynamic that you have. Yeah. Maybe they're making you feel guilty and accountable. You know, you're part of this. We share a lot together, a home together, maybe even could be a home that you have a mortgage or a lease on a car or something that's in your name collectively, and you feel like, what am I going to do? They're depending a lot on you. And you feel overwhelmed by it. But they leave you imbalanced, and you need to be balanced. I think you realize that. There's a lot of expectations that this person throws in your direction on a daily basis that you got to take care of. They don't want to do it. They just don't want to do the work. They just want to reap the benefits, is what I'm hearing. And that's not fair to you or to them. They need to grow up. Yeah? Spirit's like on the floor. Tower. Yeah, there's going to be a change in the wind. The winds of change are blowing. They feel it, and they're holding on more. They want their cake. They want to eat it too, but they also want to go back to seconds with you and thirds and fourths when things don't work out. Eight of Cups. You're letting go of this person, and you're on a spiritual journey. They can't come with you. Eight of Cups. This relationship's in a hangman state. Maybe you're going to learn about what they've been doing. Justice. There's consequences. There's cause and effect. They need to take responsibility for the stuff that they're doing. Magician, you might be manifesting something different, a different life. You've been waiting long enough for your life to begin, to really begin, to be happy, to not be codependent on another person's moods, which is what happens here in this situation. You want to be independent. Nine of Pentacles. They're contacting you. They're calling you. They're trying to keep you a part of their situation, like not letting you go. But I feel like you are letting this person go. And Spirit is saying, let go. Let go and let us take the wheel. You don't always have to be in control. The Moon, I feel like you're not really sure about everything that this person has done. You're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but they deceived you. They're deceiving you on a regular basis. Ten of Cups. You want to be happy. You want to have love. And you want this person to be there. I think that you have prayed for this person to change. You have begged the universe to make him see or make her see your value. But they can't, or they won't, or it doesn't matter. It's like at this point, they're not going to do that. The world. There's success in your future. But the world is letting go in order to receive. You want a happy life and you wanted it with this person, but you had unrealistic expectations and you truly didn't understand who you were asking to be attached to. A person that had a lot of toxicities, was very codependent. Why? Based on your money, based on what? Based on your energy. Wow, what the heck is that? Confirmation, man. Crazy. And now they don't want to let you go because they know that you did so much for them. They're never going to find that in another person. But they're not committed to you. They're not loyal to you at all. And I feel like the Moon has, the wool has been put over your eyes for too long. The Empress, you're an Empress. You're a loving person. You're every Queen of the deck. Page of Cups, maybe they want to contact you. I feel like Page of Cups, you're going to use your intuition. You're exploring your opportunities. You're looking into spirit. I feel like you're going to you're going to have an awakening. They could be contacting you though. I feel like it's not that they don't care about you. I want to say they don't love you. I feel like their version of love, but it's not really loyal love. It's almost like childlike in its fickleness, right? Like a child's very fickle. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. It's like, it's a love-hate relationship. Maybe they depend on you more like a kid than a partner. And you want somebody that's going to give you equal reciprocity because you're there, man. You're there. You're mature. You're intelligent. You're everything that you need to be to draw in the right person. It's just you don't want another person. You want this particular person. And Spirit is saying, walk away. Walk away. Because there's things that we see that you don't. So trust in God or repeat a cycle because you do have free will. All right, Spirit. Let's end it with a couple more cards for this person. Yep. Yeah, Uranus. Change is in the reverse. You're not creating this change. You're still holding this person. They're holding on to you because they need you and making you feel guilty, and you're holding on to them because you feel guilty. Activate. Solar flares. Yeah, you're being activated. You're being activated. Capricorn could be here. Person could have Capricorn, or you could be. You're a nurturing, loving person. You feel guilty. You feel bad about this person. You know about their past. You know about their traumas. And they're using that against you. Yeah. You have a family with them. Yeah. You're going to walk away from your family. They're making you feel guilty. Right? Pisces in the reverse. So this is a person who is like disconnected. Pisces is like a dreamer, very psychic, but they're using it in a dark way. They could be manifesting you to stay stuck. And they could be very manipulative and deceptive when they want to be. Yeah, I feel like they're really trying to control you. And Spirit's trying to break you free. But with downloads, your spirit guides, because you're really ascending into a place where blessings are going to be around the corner. Until you open that door, you're never going to know, my friend. You're going to break free. They're going to be fine. They're not your child. They're not your child, and it's time for them to grow up. Yeah, investigate in the reverse, Scorpio energy. I mean, they could be spying on you. They could be looking into what you're doing, but not because they care, but because they have a vested interest in you financially as well as energetically. And I'm not trying to be mean about it because I know it's a hurtful thing to say because you really believe the best in this person and this person talked a good game. But this person's a child in their mind and they're used to getting their way. And unfortunately, maybe that started in childhood, but you fostered that when you took up the connection with this person, felt guilty about what they told you about growing up in their life, and you babied this person to the point where they can't even be self-sufficient. And they're angry, maybe even, throwing it in your face, making you feel guilty, using the children to try to make you come back to them. But all it's going to be is the same bullshit, different day. And you want different because you're ready for that. You're an empress. And I feel like intuitively you know that. But it's your choice. But once you know the truth, and I know you know the truth, you can't unknow that. You can't go back. All you can do is go forward. And really the loving thing, if you love this person, you would let them learn their lessons without you holding them. When they fall, let them fall. They are going to be okay. Not saying abandon your family, your children, but sometimes when you're in a toxic environment, you're never going to see the forest for the trees until you step outside of that. And then you can turn around and look back and say, wow, I can't believe I stayed. I'm telling you, you're going to be amazed. Try it. You'd be surprised. Thank you so much for joining me on Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe because I would love to have you. Till next time, be safe out there, my friends. Be blessed.